Then something happened that was completely unexpected. And as it turned out, it completely changed my life and its direction.
What was that?
A few weeks after my 18th birthday, I received my commission as a lieutenant in the SS, and I was assigned to the command of SS officer Alois Brunner. Now, Alois Brunner was a right-hand associate of Adolf Eichmann and was directly responsible for some of the most massive deportations of Jews to the concentration camps. He was also a founding member of Eichmann's Central Office for Jewish Immigration, and the headquarters were in Vienna. Vienna. Ah, such memories I have of Vienna. Such elegance. Even as a child, for my birthday or my brother's birthday, we would go to Vienna with my mother and father. They would take us to the theater, to the films, to the opera, sometimes to hear Wagner. Oh, I have always loved the opera ever since that time as a boy. The magnificent melodies. Then we would stay overnight in a small hotel on the Ringstrasse. It was so exciting. Yeah, I remember running up and down the hallway with my brother Waldron, my mother chasing after us. Gerhard, Waldron, stop your running, stop it this instant. Yeah. Yeah, the feeling in that city was different than anywhere else. The palaces. Schönbrunn Palace. Magnificent. Mozart played there. Well, of course, he lived in Vienna for 10 years, I believe. Beethoven, Schubert, Haydn. Yeah. The boulevards, the wide promenades, the shops. Everything was there to purchase. Everything from all over. Yeah. The sounds. I can still hear the sounds of the ladies' high heels clicking on the cobblestones as they walk. The music. Du liegst mir im Herzen, du liegst mir im Sinn, du macht mir wir Schmerzen, du weißt nicht, wie gut ich dir bin. Ja, du weißt nicht, wie gut ich dir bin. Bravo. Yeah. On many occasions, I would sit with my superior officer, Bruno, in Demmel's Cafe. We would sit in Demmel's, which is almost directly across the street from the world-famous Vienna Opera House. We would sit there in Demmel's and have pastry and coffee. Demmel's made these cakes with a sculptured white flower on the top, very elegant, artistic. They also made these petite lemon squares that were so delicious. I had a weakness for the lemon squares and the hot chocolate. Yeah, he was very good to me, Officer Brunner. He took me under his wing, under his confidence. I was flattered by that. Yeah.
Why? Why did he choose you?
Oh, I would imagine it was because we were both so young and we shared the same responsibilities. He was only 31. I was just 18. Yeah. He was a very impressive officer, very impressive, dynamic. With a great sense of focus on the job he had to do. Very impressive officer. He had a great influence on me. Yeah. It was there in Demmel's that many of the plans he had were formulated. And he enlisted me to assist him in all of them. And any ideas or suggestions that I had were always very carefully considered. Many of them were put into action. We traveled all over Austria, occupied Europe, France, Greece, Slovakia, all over. All over. It was not an easy job deporting Jews to the death camps, no. Not an easy job. But it was a job that had to be done. And we were authorized to do it. Yeah.
How many did you deport?
Oh, about 143,000, I believe. That was the amount. Yeah.
Großvater, may I ask you something? Do you have any regrets?
Well, if I have any regrets, and I am not so sure that I have, it would be when we were leading the Gestapo units hunting the Jews in Warsaw, Copenhagen, Nice, and later in Drancy outside of Paris. You see, we always had to fill the trains. That was a military requirement. We always had to fill the trains. And it was not easy to find able-bodied Jews by then. This was 1943, 44. So Brunner had the idea to lead the raids on the hospitals, on the sanitariums. So we emptied them of the crippled and the sick and the old Jews.
How did you feel when it was happening?
That didn't bother me so much. They were old, and they were sick, and they would have died anyway. What I reflect on, and perhaps this is a kind of remorse, was the hundreds of underage children, maybe 3,000 or 4,000. Some of them no more than babies that we used to fill the spaces on the trains. So we took them from the schools, the orphanages, and from wherever we could take them. That was my idea. And I fulfilled it with the utmost zeal and dedication. You see, Richard, an idea from a young officer remains only an idea until it is executed and fulfilled. And it was. It was. Some of the children reminded me of the picture I used to carry around in my pocket of myself when I was 4 years old with my mother. I have the same picture in an enlargement. Yeah. My mother, myself,